So I'm going to basically give you guys rebuttals on what to answer for every single one of these things. Okay. Now, you don't have to write this down. You can come back to this recording and listen to what I'm going to say. Every single time I am calling an apartment complex, I'm going to pick up the phone. I'm going to say, hi, how's it going? My name is Zafar. I am the owner of my LLC, which is hspropertyholdings.com. This is very, very key. Keep this in mind, please. You have to say, we are a corporate short-term rental housing provider in the Houston area, for example, okay? We love your building. We love your property. We're looking to rent 5 to 10 apartments on a 2 to 3 year lease. If you have any availability in the next 30 to 60 days, please give us a call, okay? Now, in that initial phone call, did I mention the word Airbnb? No. Did I mention what anything specific? No. All I said was we are a corporate short-term rental housing provider in the area. We love your building, and we want to rent 5 to 10 units at a 2 to 3 year lease. Anytime the owner hears that, they're going to basically give you a call back, or they're going to respond to your email right away. Okay. Now, let's say they want to hear more information, right? That initial email, that initial script has worked for me every single time, where it just gets them hooked to, okay, what is this email about? Let me give them a call and answer their phone. Okay. Now, you're going to get to the actual pitch part of it. You're going to tell them, yeah, so this is what we do. We rent our apartments, our properties, our units on short-term booking platforms such as travelnurse.com, VRBO, Expedia, Airbnb, etc. All these other third-party websites. We market them to short-term travelers, professionals, business travelers, people traveling for leisure. We screen all of our guests. We install noise detectors inside the units. We install Ring cameras at the front doorbell. We do preemptive screening. We basically handle all the housekeeping in-house. We run the entire business for you. We are the last tenant you'll ever have. We never plan to leave. We pay our rent on time. You're not dealing with a single, a tenant that might default on rent. You're dealing with an actual business that, is objections are in line with yours, where we want to have the property booked, as much as possible. We take care of all the maintenance, right? These are things, guys, you want to basically tell the landlords and owners to basically make them feel comfortable, right? You don't want to seem like some sketch off the street who's saying, hey man, how's it going? Can I Airbnb your house? They're obviously going to say no right away, right? You have to come off as a professional business, a professional entity that has a professional company, okay? Even though you could literally have started yesterday, it doesn't matter, right? I'm telling you guys, like, looks play a big part in this, right? Can't show up in like sweatpants and Jordans and a t-shirt. Put on a suit, dress really nice, show up in person, right? Talk to everybody and explain to them what your business is, that you're a professional operator, you're a professional business owner. People will take you a lot seriously if you take yourself seriously. And I've learned this over the last year. My entire wardrobe and attire was just sweatpants and hoodies during university. That's how I dressed. And literally, I realized, I'm like, all right, looks actually do matter. Let me change my wardrobe, dress more professionally, get a nice lineup, and then go meet these people. And my success rate got even higher because people took me seriously because I was dressed seriously, right? So always dress for these events, always dress for the meetings. Whenever you're going to meet a landlord or an operator, building owner, whoever it is, dress very, very nicely. Have all your information down pat, the numbers memorized. And when you're explaining your pitch, remember, you are a corporate short-term rental housing provider. Now, what if they say, no, I don't allow Airbnb? You're going to ask them, okay, well, what booking platforms do you allow? Travelnurse.com, ExpediaBooking.com. Let's say they say yes. Well, you're going to tell them, listen, Airbnb is just a third-party booking platform, right? It's an OTA. It's an online travel agency. That's all it is, right? So if you're okay with us, hosting guests from Travelnurse.com or VRBO, why not Airbnb? Airbnb just has a bad rep in the news lately, right? Because of unprofessional operators. All Airbnb is just a online travel agency for people to book properties, right? Just like VRBO, just like Expedia, just like Booking.com. And then you tell them, we screen our guests just like any other short-term rental travel company does, right? You have certain criteria that you accept guests. You don't just let anybody off the street, and you primarily market to professionals, traveling nurses, people for conferences, leisure travel, right? Families. That's what you're basically marketing for, right? Majority of time, guys, at this point of the stage, landlord has let his guard down. Your sales tactic has worked because you have answered and rebutted every single one of their questions, every single one of the concerns. Their concern might be, what if a party goes on? What are you guys going to do? What if they're being loud? You're going to tell them, we have noise detectors, noise detectors installed inside every single unit that records the audio decibels inside the unit, and it alerts our entire staff and team. If the unit's being too loud, they will go handle it. Then it's gonna be like, okay, what if 15 people show up and there's a 15 people inside the house? You're gonna tell them that's no problem. We have Ring cameras in front of the door of every single unit, and we have smart locks on the door of every single unit. That way we can delete codes, add codes, change codes. We need to lock somebody out. We can. We are in full control of the house. We're in full control of the property. So all these things, guys, really, really help the landlord and ease their mind and ease their tension when it comes to pitching this business model. Because as you guys know, Airbnb has a lot of bad rep in the news lately. You know, noobs and not professionals are basically letting anyone throw parties and go crazy and, you know, ruining neighborhoods. And that's just how the market is, right? Unfortunately, right now, because a lot of people are getting to Airbnb, but they're not professional hosts. They're just letting anyone and everyone basically book their property without actually doing any due diligence, without actually screening guests, without figuring out, you know, who's actually booking the place, what can do to prevent parties and whatnot. So that, guys, is the entire pitch that I do over the phone or on email. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is show you an exact script that I typed out that my VAs, my virtual assistants, send out in mass blast. So remember, guys, what I was doing originally in the beginning, how I was literally going on Zillow.com while I was at work, copy pasting my script all day long. Now I have virtual assistants who, you know, I assign them a zip code and they email blast all day long to every single apartment complex in that zip code for me.